I finally figured out where all my hats are being. I see them up under this post right here. I've been wondering where they're at. You know, we had went out there and had a good day in special teams today. I thought the guys kicked the ball well. The operations was much better. We've been really focusing on it the last few weeks here, trying to clean some things up, get the guys in the right spots. We started off repping 4 teams in every group because we got so many new guys out there. Didn't do much in the spring, and you know, after 10 days, you start trying to reevaluate and see who you think that possibly would be somebody that gets on the bus and, you know, get guys in the right spot. So we've done that, and you know, I think the guys done a really good job out there with that. Practice is still inconsistent. We have a lot of periods that are really competitive. Guys trying to strain and do exactly what we want them to do, and then we got sometimes in practices where it's not so good. So we got to focus on being consistent. We got guys that have come a long ways as far as knowledge and figuring out exactly what they're supposed to do at their position. We've got to continue to grow as a team, learn to play together. But there's a lot of positives out there. Any questions?
David. When you were able to review the scrimmage on Sunday, what are some of the things that you learned from that you didn't see live?
Well, you know, there's lots of things that you don't see live. You know, so you get to see things from the back end, so you can watch the interior linemen. You get to see guys, you know, in their stances, how they finish. You know, you start from the sideline organization on both sides of the ball. Where's their eyes at? Do they line up correct? Are they in the correct stance? Do they play the right technique? You know, and you get to see exactly what kind of, you know, competitive toughness did they play with. Were they relentless? Did they play hard all the time? You can't see all that in one, you know, and just from standing out there watching practice, sometimes you can feel some people that play that way, but you don't know if they do it all the time until you watch the tape.
Rob.
Coach, running back, that's a spot you bring back a lot of experience, and you bring in a guy like Montre London who's played a lot of football. Just what's he brought to that position? What have you seen from him through the 2 weeks in the camp?
I think Montre's very mature. He's really fit in nicely with these guys. You know, all these guys at running back, they've really done a good job kind of bonding together. I see them competing out there with each other every day, but you know, I see a closeness in that group that I like. You know, you throw in Jeremy Banks, Trey Coleman, along with Tim and Ty. You know, so those guys they work hard. I think they're trying to perfect their craft. They're doing a good job of ball security, good job in protections, all of them. So, you know, when you see guys that are new in the program that wasn't here in the spring that are picking things up, you know that they've got to have help from some of the other guys that were here before. So to me, I think that's a good sign.
Blake and Corey.
Jeremy, 2 questions. One is Kirkland dealing with something? Saw him off to the side today. And then also with Dominic Wood Anderson, what has he done to kind of step out and emerge so far in camp?
You know, Darren obviously had a knee injury in the spring or last fall. So just protocol, you know, you go so many days, you want to give him a day off. He's not the only one. We've had a couple of guys that it's like that, and that's no different from any other place I've been. You get guys in camp that you want to make sure that you've got them when you start the season, and he just needed a day off. So as far as Dom's a bigger body than the other guys we got. He's got soft hands. He's learning what's going on, learning how we want to practice, how we want to do things. So he's doing a good job.
Boring.
At what point do you start putting in a game plan for West Virginia? And is there anything specific about the preparation that, given extra time, that you can make a bigger difference in some of the other aspects?
Yeah, I don't think nobody, you know, works on an opponent this early. Everybody's working on themselves. So, you know, we're working on Tennessee, and you know, there'll be a point here later on in camp where we'll start focusing on West Virginia specifically, but you know, every day we take a period or 2 periods and we focus on things that other teams do that maybe we don't do on offense that we don't see, just to familiarize our players with it. So, we've been doing that since practice 6.
Brent and Steve.
Coach, when Coach Helton met with the media a week or so ago, he said one of the priorities was identifying playmakers offensively. Where are you guys in that? How comfortable do you feel with having identified some playmakers for your offense?
You know, you see guys out there making some plays. You know, the thing about it is are they making plays because they have talent, or are they making plays because maybe the guy they're going against didn't know what to do, or maybe there was a mental error? But I have seen some guys that, you know, run the ball well after the catch. You know, but we're still working towards that, and we've got to get some other guys to step up.
Steve.
Just collectively, what you've seen from the offensive line, alignment so far, how they've come along, and where do you need the most improvement in that area heading into this year?
We're nowhere where we need to be. You know, and I think some of that's probably because we moved guys around, which we've got to do. You know, same way in the secondary, you got to move guys around to create depth. I think the closer you get, you start figuring out who the, you know, top 7 or 8 guys, or maybe 9 to 10 guys are. You know, you kind of create a little bit more of a unit, you know, that's used to playing together. But you may have a guy that's playing center, you know, one day, and the next day he plays left guard, and the next day he might play right tackle. But you need to do that to build depth in the offensive line.
David Cobb.
Jeremy, how would you describe the competition in the secondary right now among all positions, and how many secondary players would you like to rotate during the course of the game?
Well, secondary is one of those positions that, you know, if you've got guys that can play, you probably don't want to take them out of the game, because it don't take them to mess up at one time when the other team scores points. So we want to find the guys that, you know, that know how we want them to play, that can get lined up, can make their calls, understand formations, play the ball, are good tacklers. So there's lots of competition out there, and you know, every day somebody else shows up, somebody else don't hardly perform like they need to. We got to find guys that are consistent right there.
Patrick West and Jesse.
Jeremy, you guys moved a couple guys around. I think Vance working at tight end, that's sort of a fullback kind of thing, and Kevon Bennett's working with the outside linebackers. Kind of what's going on with that move?
Well, you know, this is a physical game, and you know, last year, you know, where I was at, we lost 5 linebackers in one game. So you want to be prepared if something like that happens. So we moved Dylan Bates. We moved him from outside backer to inside backer, and it's for a week. You know, him and Bennett both. So just to have guys that can swing and play multiple spots. Same thing with Fant. You just want to be prepared if something comes up.
Wes.
You talked about some of the things that you saw in that scrimmage that you could see better after film. I know after the scrimmage you said there were some turnover issues in the passing game. Did anything change your perception on that, or what caused some of that stuff when you watched film?
No, I think there's lots of things we can improve on. You know, you started with the offensive line, we need to finish blocks. You know, there's too many guys looking around watching the runner run instead of being on the blocker and running his feet and finishing off. You know, same with the quarterbacks. We don't need to throw into coverage. You know, running backs, I thought the ball security was bad. Was good, but we've got to be better in pass protection. You know, wide receivers, inconsistent route running. Are they running at the right depth? Are they running the correct route? You know, on the defensive line, are we changing the line of scrimmage? You know, linebackers, are you quarterbacking the defense? Are you getting everybody set up? You know, in the secondary, too many times we lost contain. You got to be able to keep an edge on the defense. Can't have missed tackles. Got to squeeze the ball. So there's lots of things that we can improve on. And you know, I think each group on each side of the ball picked out a few things after the first scrimmage and said, hey, these are our goals to improve on for the next 5 days to the next scrimmage. So hopefully we can get that accomplished.
Jesse.
Sean Chamber is working at both star and safety, it looks like, in fall camp thus far. What have you seen from him? Obviously, he made his first career start against Alabama a year ago, and then he's looking for kind of more opportunities in 2018.
Well, he's a guy that has some instincts. You know, we need guy. He has the ability to change direction. We need guys to be able to play man-to-man, play the ball. we're just trying to figure out what the best position is for him, you know. So I'm sure he would like to just play one, but he needs to learn to play multiple positions. And you know, the last couple of days we worked him at safety only, just to give him a few more reps there.
Any more questions? Thank you.